Good evening. I hope this is working. We shall find out in just a moment. Let's see. Yep, okay, I see us. Alrighty. When you join in, please say hi that you're here. It is 7 o'clock, Sunday, April 19th. And we're going to do something a little bit different tonight. We are going to make what is called card candy. Now, card candy is kind of like an embellishment or an ephemera piece that can be used for a card. It could be used for a scrapbook page. It could be used on something like three-dimensional, whatever suits you. Hi, Patty. How are you doing tonight? All right, so we're going to get started. I'm going to go over some of the supplies that I'm going to use tonight. And I have a whole bunch of little embellishments. I do have something cut here out of glitter. We will have a coordinating piece that is 1/2 inch by 2 3/4. And it will be this cute little plaid. Then we have another piece of paper that is measured 2 by 2 3/4. Hi, Mary. And then a tag. I cut a large tag. This is actually one that is in the last chance section. So it's a beautiful set of different tags that have the gold rims around them. Some of the other embellishments I'm going to use tonight are the natural adhesive back sequin, so probably the gold ones. And then, hi Mary Lynn, I did pull in Delicate Whispers again, so I'm going to be using the Hello Friend as a stamp tonight. And then I also did die cut this beautiful image. So I'll show you that in just a few moments. So let's set that aside. And then I am using the Delicate Dreams paper collection. And I believe I did show this last week, that it has some copper foiling to it. Hi, Lori. So it is two-tone. So this side has that copper foiling, and then the back side is just a very tone-on-tone pattern, okay? So that's one sheet. You have this wonderful gold and Night of Navy piece with a washed floral on the back side. So the front side is actually going to have all your copper foiling on it. And then this is where that beautiful checkered is. I love that checker. Just when I thought I had it all straight. This piece that has the copper foiling, and then your back side would be a gray wash. We have another floral. This side has that burlap that I'll be using tonight. And I think that's all of our pieces. Oh, no, there's one more. There's this pattern right here. That is just absolutely lovely. And then the back side is a green wash. So we will be using that tonight. And that again is the Delicate Dreams 12 by 12 DSP. And then I also did bring in some glitter paper. So let me just show you that. I don't have the full collection because I have pretty much used a lot of it. Actually, I've used all of the Secret Sea, and then you also have silver, and then you have like a lighter blue. which is this, which I am going to use tonight. So this is actually in the last chance section. So if you're like, ooh, I need a little bit of glitter paper, it is in the last chance section. It's called Peaceful Gardens Glimmer paper, and it is blue, dark gray, and soft green. I don't know where they're seeing soft green, so oh no. All right, so let's get started tonight. So we are going to be building on a tag. Now I don't know if you can tell, but I can see it. There are like little nubs at the edges of some of these after it's been punched out. So just a few needed to be trimmed off. I am going to bring in this piece, and this is the other side. It has like the flowers, but I wanted something very soft and subtle because I have other things I want to be putting on this. So I'm thinking there. I'm going to first dry fit everything, and then we'll go from there. I have this 1/2 inch piece, which we really cannot see much of it. So let's bring in a little bit of Night of Navy, and I'm just going to do what's called ink to paper technique. And all that is you are just bringing and swiping along the edge. And I'm keeping it very straight. I'm trying to avoid where it would overlap too much of my paper. So I'm just bringing and gliding along. Okay. Yep. Now you can kind of see that it has a bit more of a definition. Let me bring this up. So you can see that there's more of a definition in between the plaid and the tweed, or the burlap, whatever that may be. Yeah, no, I still want that side. All right, so let's put this on first. I know I'm not getting to the end. There we go. And you know what? I think I'm going to do the same technique, but with pecan pie. Just so that there's a little more definition to the papers, to the DSP. So I'm going to lay this inside the center of my tag. All right, let's close that up before you know what happens. I get it all over me. Okay, next, let's see. You know what? I think I'm going to bring this and have them meet each other at the top. Just like that. Now let's pull in some of my little embellishments that I have. Now many of these are from the 12 Days of Advent calendar, which are, I believe, this cluster. This was from a paper pumpkin. This was from another set. And then here is that piece. That glitter piece. This is one thing I can honestly say, Stampin' Up! Rocks at the die cuts and the embellishments. They're just amazing. Okay, so I was thinking something here. And obviously I can't quite use all of this, but I could use a large part of that. That's a little too big. Let's go a little smaller. Oh, see, now that I'm liking. Let's try this one. Which maybe if we brought it down a little. Okay, that I like. And I really wanted to bring this in so that this is maybe where I would do my sentiment. So what if we did that? All right, I definitely know this edge, I am not a fan of that. So I'm just going to trim that off. And let's just have this just kind of tuck a little. And we could bring that like that. See, this is starting to come together. Absolutely darling. Oh, I love the little bow. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right, now what if we brought this in too? See, I think that looks so stinking cute. Now, I do want to do my sentiment. Now, I did pull in from the stamp set. Let me just bring that back in. I brought this image that I thought maybe would look cute stamped here, but like in second or third generations, just so that it was just something so soft. So let me pull that tag back out. Let's shift that up, and I'm going to bring in, let's see, Night of Navy, or let's check my blues. All right, let's see. What do we have? Oh, see, we have Misty Moonlight. Oh, but I also have Blueberry Bushel. Ooh, I'm thinking Blueberry Bushel because it would be just a smidge darker. Okay, what I want to do first, because I have not used this stamp, so I'm going to use my fingers or my thumbs, and I'm just going to season up this stamp by rubbing on it. And what I'm doing is I'm taking some of the residue from the manufacturing. There we go. Much better. And I love these little spots because I'm able to get a bunch. All right, let's see. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right. I'm going to set that there. And we'll do second generation. See? Look how pretty that is. All right, we need a few more. Let's stamp off. And I'm going to do one more little stamping. Let's see. Let's get it where we actually get a bunch. There we go. Just like that. Oh, that's so good. So good. All right, now I believe I am going to pull in, well, we want something a little bit darker for our sentiment, because I do want my sentiment on this. And I don't think Pecan Pie is going to be dark enough, but you know what? Let's try it anyway. And again, I'm going to season up my stamp. So I'm just running my thumb over it. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to stamp towards the bottom. And I'm going to hold it there for just a moment. Let it soak in. Oh, yes, that looks nice. That looks real nice. All right, let's bring this back in. Something like that. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so for sure, the bow will need to be popped. So let's grab a dimensional for that. And I'm going to put it right in the middle. So we know that's going on. Everything else I think I'm gonna leave them all flat other than the bow. So let's start by placing our tag that has our sentiment on. Now I'm not gonna press real hard because I have bits that I want to be able to put under. Like this hydrangea. I kind of want that underneath. Let's shimmy that over a little like that. And we definitely want this pretty piece. That we will need liquid adhesive. Love the silicone mat. Just all the glue will just rub right away. Okay, we're going to slide that underneath. Press that in just to make sure everything is getting adhered down. And then let's do this cute little postage. Yes. Now this is called a piece of card candy. It could also be called an ephemera cluster. So whichever way you think of it, this can go onto a card, it could go onto a scrapbook page, it could go onto a gift bag. I'm going to put my little bow right there. And now we just need to add a little bit of, a little more sparkle. Because, you know, we just don't have enough sparkle here. And we're going to add the gold sequin. Just to play off the gold from the frame of the tag. And I'm going to do 3. No, I don't want it there. Maybe. No, I'm going to put it right there. And that would be our card candy. I'm going to grab a card base just to show you. Just like for an example. Now I have not folded this card base in half yet because I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it as folded or not. But something like that. Here, let me grab a half of one. I think that would be easier to show you. So I could do something like that. Or if my card was going this way, that would be my embellishment. That would be the front of my card. This also could go onto a scrapbook page as one of my clusters. I could put it on a gift bag. So it's just, you know, whatever is suiting my fancy at the time of making it. So I just thought tonight would be fun to do something a little different than what we normally do. So next week we have a fancy fold card. Let me just double check, but I believe that's what next week is. Yes, next week will be an explosion card. So be ready for that. And I will still be using the same Delicate Dreams DSP for that card. And I will move this video over to the YouTube channel tomorrow. So make sure you kind of head over there and like it and subscribe and all that good stuff to YouTube. I'm trying to grow that channel, so we're trying. All right. Have a super evening, ladies, and I will see all of you next Sunday for Sunday Fun Day. Good night.